Hello everyone, Adrienne here. So today I'm going to be doing another absinthe review. This one I am very excited about ever since I received it in the mail a couple months ago. But I've had some other samples to go through before I got to this, so here I am now. So what we're going to be reviewing today is Duplais Verte, and this is an Absinthe Suisse Verte, so this is a Swiss absinthe. As I understand it, Lion Spirits is 2 kilometers from the French border, or at least that's where this one was made. So this was sent to me along with, you guys probably remember this little box that I got when I reviewed my pre-ban absinthe. So here's the sibling to this one, basically, Duplais Blanche, and then of course, as you guys remember, the pre-ban absinthe. I do not let anyone near this. I do not let anyone touch it. Do you blame me? I hope not. No, that's not going anywhere. No. But anyway, so we're going to be reviewing Duplais Verte today, which I'm very excited about already. I'm really impressed with the coloring. You'll get a closer look at it once we break into it and review it, okay? Great. So going on to Lion Spirits website to tell you all you need to know about Duplais Verte. So let's do this. So it turns out that the recipe that we have for Duplais Verte here is the same recipe from 1867. So that's pretty intense. So basically what they've done is that they've revived a recipe from that time frame. So that's really cool. I really love it when absinthe producers really make an effort to go off of traditional recipes from the pre-ban era. It kind of tells you that they're really passionate about what they do and they want it to be as authentic as possible. And of course, because the lovely gentleman who sent this to me also has had pre-ban absinthe before, he knows what he's doing. And he also assisted with the production of Jade Liqueurs, which is owned by Ted Bro, who is also the owner of Lucid. Anyway, just trying to get across to you guys that they know what they're doing. Totally. So apparently this particular absinthe had been sitting in a barrel for 3 years, so it gave it time to really absorb the oaky flavors of the barrel, and I really like it when there are barrels involved with absinthe making, because I've had 1, maybe 2 before that had been barrel aged. The nice green color is just as bright as it has initially been. The louche is thick and light green. Even when adding a bit more water, it doesn't get thin. That's impressive. I will say, that is impressive. The taste is very compact and thick. Anise and grand wormwood are in the foreground, followed by fennel and coriander. Ooh, coriander. I like coriander. So I'm anticipating it's going to be a little bit spicy. Tiny bit, but I'm looking forward to it. The fact that they made a special point of saying that anise and wormwood were at the foreground really means a lot to me, because I've said this before, I'll say it again, there have been so many absinthes out there that I have reviewed and tried that place far too much emphasis on the fennel, and in my opinion that really takes away from its authenticity and really makes me want to take points off of it in general whenever I'm reviewing it, because I feel like a lot of absinthe companies overwhelm it with fennel in order to make it more palatable, I guess, even though absinthe is known for its anise flavor. But that's just me. The nose is fresh and herbal. It stays very long, and all herbal aromas are very well balanced and harmonic, just as one would expect from a vintage absinthe. And like I said, the guy who created this knows exactly what he's talking about. He knows exactly what he's doing. Okay. So, let's bust into this baby. And we're gonna do this. I'm so excited. Alright everyone, I have repositioned the camera and we are going to start the process of the louche. So here we have our bottle of Duplais Verte, and all I've done here is just unwrapped the foil right here so that I can spend a little less time trying to open it. Ooh, that smells really sweet. Ooh, ooh, I'm gonna like this one. Now, one thing I'm noticing in the bottle that is a little peculiar is that there are little particles in it. I'm not sure if you can see much of it in the glass right here, but there are little itty bitty particles. I'm guessing they are probably little particles from the barrel. Now let me comment on the color. Wow, that is absolutely gorgeous. This is almost the same color as Hieronymus Bosch Temptation Verte, which I reviewed recently and loved. Only this is a little more golden. So for color, using the Wormwood Society's format for evaluating absinthe, I would definitely give this a 5. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And it's definitely jewel-like. I would say this is actually a little closer to Peridot Green than Temptation Verte was, because it's a little more golden, and Peridot tends to have a golden sort of hue. So this is really beautiful. I'm very impressed by this. So definitely 5 stars for how lovely this one is. Alright guys, we're gonna do it. I really like the way that the louche is forming here. That's so pretty. Ooh, it's kind of turning like a deep golden green color. Now, if I'm remembering correctly from what the owner of Lion Spirits told me, I think he said something about this being made with a brandy base or a grape neutral spirit. So either one of those two is what I'm anticipating that this is made with. But it's really beautiful. I'm really loving the color of the louche here. It's a little more golden than the louche that I had for Hieronymus Bosch. It's really pretty. And very, very, very opaque and opalescent. That is so opaque, my goodness. So pretty. Alright guys, I'm going to call that good, and I will reposition the camera and we will continue our evaluation. Alright guys, we have our glass of Duplais Verte, and ooh, that's interesting. It definitely got a little spicier as the louche went on. I can definitely smell the coriander. Maybe a little sage in there as well, a little hyssop maybe. Maybe a touch of mint. But as far as appearance is concerned, like I said, as far as the louche is concerned, this is definitely 5 stars. This is beautiful, absolutely. As for the aroma, I'm going to say it's spicy, like peppery even. It's really interesting. A little bit of mint. Sage, possibly. Hyssop. I can definitely smell the coriander. That's probably that peppery smell that I'm detecting there. So this is definitely super interesting for aroma, so I will give it a 4.5 stars for aroma. Okay, moment of truth, let's do this. Santé, and as always, please drink responsibly. Wow. That is really, really good. Definitely interesting. I think on the finish, I tasted rosemary. It tastes very much like rosemary. I'm not sure if there's rosemary in there, but it smells and tastes in the air like rosemary. It's probably rosemary. I love rosemary, by the way. It's one of my favorite things to cook with. But wow, that is really interesting. It definitely is forward on the anise and the wormwood, like I said. I'm getting a really nice tingle on the tongue. Really liking that. It definitely has a little bit of a peppery quality to it, but I'm going to attribute that possibly to the coriander. Oh man, I just cannot get over that rosemary-like finish. That is just wonderful. Really love that. In fact, it's one of the ingredients in Herbes de Provence. Those of you who are familiar with cooking and spices and stuff like that, Herbes de Provence has what's it called? Rosemary in it, and it is just the most fragrant and beautiful like seasoning mix ever. So drinking this really reminds me of sticking my nose in a jar of Herbes de Provence, honestly. Not that that's a bad thing. Herbes de Provence also has fennel in it, so that's another reason why this is reminding me of Herbes de Provence, but I really like this. Yeah, the fennel is definitely less pronounced in this particular absinthe. Not that I mind, of course. Because, like I said, I feel like it takes away from authenticity if an absinthe isn't as heavy on the anise and is more pronounced on the fennel. So I'm really happy to report that this is heavier on the anise and wormwood than it is on the fennel. That's great. Oh, gosh, that's so lovely. So, I would say, as far as the flavor is concerned, I will give it a 4.5 stars. And the reason why I say 4.5 is because, honestly, I think I would be happier if it were just a little bit sweeter. But otherwise, I really like the herbal aroma and the fresh, clean finish. And that rosemary taste, whatever it is, I have no idea what it is, but that's killing me. That's killing me. That just is lovely. And even after I swallow, I still am getting a good tingle, but it's not like a prickly sensation on the tongue. That leads me to say that this is very well balanced. And I'm definitely feeling a little drunk. I sucked it down quickly enough, I should be. Looks like this is 68% alcohol. That's actually the quickest I've ever, like, sucked down an absinthe for an absinthe review. Not that I mind, of course. I will give my overall evaluation of the absinthe as a whole. For appearance, I will rate it 5 stars. For louche, I will rate it also 5 stars. For aroma, I will give it 4.5 stars, and for taste, I will definitely give it 4.5 stars. Finish, I will give 5 stars. Because I've never experienced an absinthe that has that rosemary-like finish at the end. That is so interesting. So cool. So, would I recommend this for a beginner? Not necessarily, but if you are looking for a really authentic kind of pre-band absinthe sort of experience, I would definitely recommend this. This is definitely unique among absinthes that I have had that are following traditional recipes. So this is really, really good. So thus concludes my absinthe review for Duplais Verte. I really, really, really enjoyed it. So I really hope that if you guys do check this out, that you will enjoy it. I'm sure you will. This is good either for the absinthier who has a lot of experience, or maybe someone who has, I guess, intermediate experience. Not necessarily beginner, but not an expert either. So I think anyone who's intermediate or expert would like this. So go ahead and leave your thoughts and comments down in the comment section below. I would love to hear what you have to say about Duplais Verte, and you know, whether or not you've had it before, or what do you think maybe in it that's causing that rosemary taste? I have no idea, but it's delicious. And have you ever smelled or cooked with Herbes de Provence? Let me know. I love that. So guys, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell for notifications, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!